Let me give you a truth most people spend their whole lives avoiding. Living well has far less to do with how much you earn and far more to do with how wisely you behave. Yet, modern society has convinced almost everyone that comfort is purchased through income rather than intelligence. That illusion has trapped millions. You cannot out-earn poor decisions. You cannot outperform chaos. If someone lacks discipline, even a high income becomes nothing more than fuel for faster self-destruction. I have watched people with impressive salaries remain permanently stressed, not because they are cursed, but because they refuse to manage their lives with clarity. They're addicted to consumption, trained to believe restraint is a weakness, and simplicity is a failure. Advertising has turned common sense into something embarrassing. But the truth they never tell you is that living below your means isn't scarcity, it's power. When your expenses are small, you regain control of your time, your choices, and your sanity. Low obligations give you the strength to walk away from situations that drain you. That is real wealth. But most people don't want real wealth. They want validation. They would rather appear successful than actually be stable. They sacrifice years of peace just to maintain illusions for people who aren't paying attention. I've seen it for a lifetime. People chasing promotions, bigger houses, fancier lifestyles, thinking more money will fix the chaos created by their habits. It never does. Money magnifies behavior. It doesn't correct it. If you can't manage a small amount responsibly, you will mismanage a larger amount even faster. The arithmetic is brutal and indifferent. It compounds your behavior, not your wishes. What people don't realize is that a comfortable life requires far less than their imagination insists. Comfort comes from clarity, not consumption. You don't need constant debt, impulse purchases, or meaningless luxuries. You need a calm relationship with money, not a frantic one. The formula for stability has never changed. Spend less than you earn. Invest consistently. Repeat for years. Simple, but not easy, because simplicity lacks excitement, and the world profits from your distraction. No one advertises moderation. No one promotes restraint. That's why you must teach yourself to value peace over appearance, stability over status, intention over impulse. Real comfort begins with low fixed costs. Every extra bill is another obligation, another form of control over your life. If your sense of safety evaporates the moment your paycheck is delayed, you're not secure, you're trapped. You're renting peace, not owning it. Modern life pushes people into what I call the obligation loop. One subscription becomes two. A car loan becomes a bigger car. A house becomes a lifestyle. The lifestyle becomes a burden. Slowly, without noticing, people become employees of their own expenses. They spend their days feeding the very machine that exhausts them. Over time, reasonable choices accumulate into a suffocating weight. The only escape is deliberate simplicity. You begin by identifying every recurring expense and questioning whether it deserves space in your life. Then ask yourself, if everything went wrong tomorrow, how long could I remain calm? Most people wouldn't last weeks, let alone months. That's not stability. That's dependence disguised as progress. The wealthy think differently. They build what I call a personal margin of safety, enough space to absorb shocks without collapsing. The easiest way to create that margin isn't by earning more, but by owing less. Lower costs, extend your endurance, expand your freedom, and give you the ability to reject nonsense. And life will always send nonsense. I learned long ago that people spend as if time is endless and luck is guaranteed. But the universe doesn't reward denial. It rewards discipline. A comfortable life doesn't require extravagance. It requires responsibility, awareness, and the courage to ignore a world designed to keep you financially anxious.